is up, everybody? Welcome back to Till the End of the Line podcast. I'm your boy Juan G here with
Kika T.
That's right. And guys, as you can see, we have some guests on today from the Film Addicts Podcast. What is up, gentlemen?
Hey, fellas. Thanks for having us on.
Absolutely.
Super excited.
Thank you for having us on.
Absolutely, guys. It is a huge pleasure for you guys to be on this episode. You guys have been an integral part of our growth here. For that, we want to say thank you. We are big fans of your guys'. I mean, Regs, you get me fucking just crying
Language
on some of the stuff you guys come up with. Addie, your reactions to his stuff is just gold. Like, seriously. So thanks again for joining us. We have so much to talk to you guys about. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about just comics and, you know, the film industry, what they've done in the past, present, and future. But first, we always, like, whenever we have a guest, we always want to ask you guys, what do comic books mean to you guys? So we'll start off with Regs. What does comic books mean to you?
Quite a lot, actually. I mean, I've spoken with... Thanks for having us on, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And your kind words. Making people laugh is 99.9 in for 90% of the reason why I like doing this. And the other 0.1% is cock jokes.
Vanity.
So,
yeah, there he goes.
Which is probably more than that percent. But I've spoken, you know, on our podcast, Bunny, and spoken to Addie as well. I start my day reading comics every single day.
Nice.
The first thing I do when I get up. You know, cup of coffee and read comics. The first thing I ever learned how to read was a Spider-Man comic, a spectacular Spider-Man comic. Nice. And I still collect to this day. I still get single issues. I have probably about 5,000 or 6,000 comics in my collection.
Whoa, Jesus!
It covers 23 long boxes that sit in my office. So yeah, they're really important to me. It's such a great medium, and for a person who's you know, a full-grown man. I mean, in terms of my body, perhaps not my head.
Yes.
12 in here for the most part, but
yeah,
to see this renaissance of comic book movies happen within my lifetime is fucking mind-blowing.
Language.
Like,
Same.
I don't know. Like the 3 Spider-Men in one movie, I can't even get over it, man.
If I died tomorrow, I would die with a big-ass smile on my face. Like... childhood dream come true. They literally made the 3 Spider-Man pointing at each other come to life.
Oh, the whole meme, yeah.
Yeah, not only just a meme, but they did it in a movie.
Well, yeah, they made the meme reality. Yeah,
exactly. But man, like he means like I just started collecting comics. I was feeling good about my like 12 comics I had here. Man, just dropped 5,000 on us, like showing us how it's done. Yeah, you teach me, Master Jedi. All right.
You know, it's expensive.
Sure.
Yeah, it's
luckily they're only $1. Some of them, you know.
Yeah.
At least here, anyway.
Not here, fucking hell! Like it's.
So actually, yeah, real quick, let them know where you guys are coming from.
I'm in Australia.
Addie?
From Thailand.
Yeah, around the world, baby. Let's do it. All right.
Transcontinental and shit.
That's right. All right. So, Addie, let us know, man. What do comic books mean to you?
Oh, so I only have the comics that Regs has sent me.
That's how I started. He told me which ones to look at. I was like, all right, because I had, of course, the ones I was into, you know, your Iron Man, Spider-Man, X-Men. But he's like, oh, dude, you got to check out this one. And this one, and this one.
Yeah,
I was like,
a lot of my favorite comics are like the crossover events. So Secret Wars, what's the
Secret Invasion?
Secret Invasion, House of M, which is my favorite. I think my favorite comic of all time.
Isn't that what my Christmas present was to you? I got you the one you were missing.
Oh no, that was the DC and Marvel crossover.
Oh,
so there's three comics to it, and I had 1 and 2, and I was missing 3.
Yeah, he couldn't find it, and then my wife just happened to be at a comic book shop. She goes, "Hey, isn't this the one he's missing?" I was like, "I don't know, text him." He's like, "Yeah, that's it." I was like, "All right, Merry Christmas."
Is that a bit? Was that like the original issues as well?
Yeah, one of the original issues. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Fine, they're not easy to get these days.
Not at all.
So sorry, Addie, go ahead. You were saying so the ones that Rex sent you are the ones you're reading?
Yeah, I have Kingdom Come, which I've read twice now, and I've been so emotional and I've cried because I get to I get to have Superman voiced by Henry Cavill in my head every single time I flip a page.
Nice. And so like so now that you're fairly new to comics, so what does that mean to you? What is that brought anything like special to you, or what is just, how does that resonate with you?
It's just brought a lot of inspiration. Like, even though like I don't necessarily want to adapt the amazing stories that I'm reading, I definitely want to do something in that space where I can honor that.
Yeah.
Like every time reading a comic, it's just it amplifies just like if you're reading just a book, it's just words sometimes and you forget to understand it. Every single time I read a thought bubble in a comic book, I have like I feel the energy that the character is feeling.
Do you do what I do and do you read it in their voice?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can't. Not.
You have to.
You can't do it any other way.
I'm straight up like Australian voice Hemsworth in my head when I read
Every time. Every time.
It just sounds like me, but with more money. It's a rich version of me. He's right though. It's got it has a kineticness and an energy to it that you don't get from reading a novel. There's nothing to knock novels. I read those.
No, but they're heavy.
They're heavily dependent on your imagination and what you visualize.
Correct.
Comics are like, this is the scene. Just dive into this. So yeah, that's awesome, man.
For my industry as well, like for making, I've known how to compose a frame since I was a kid because I've been reading comics.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, there's plenty of real world applications, Mom.
No, I'm just kidding.
All
right.
She's not
So
exactly, she's really not. She's like, what the hell are you doing? Anyway, yeah. So. Exactly. So all right. So we often do. So that was the question that we wanted to ask you guys, and thank you guys for answering that. I know it's a kind of a loaded question, but you guys nailed it. So we do a question of the day here. Okay. He's got one for you. Let it go.
All right. If you can be a hero or a villain, you can choose, and then the second part of that question is, what hero or villain would you adapt?
So start off with Regs. No. You. If you were you're a hero or a villain, pick one out of the two.
Yeah.
Who do you think? Then who do you think your nemesis would be?
No, not nemesis. Just who would your what powers would you have as?
I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Okay, so
nemesis could be a third.
Yeah, that's after. So right now, are you a hero or a villain?
My name as a villain is the
nice.
Court
What are your
Jester,
powers?
But it's Court CAUGHT. And I make people laugh hysterically until they.
Okay.
Like that. So DC Universe, got it.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Well, I don't know.
Thank you.
That's what Kilgrave can do.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So very Kilgrave powers were mind manipulation.
Yeah.
You just choose to make them laugh.
Without all the sexual assault, yes.
Yeah. Oh God. We're just gonna move on from that one. Addie, hero or villain, sir? Okay.
Yes.
What are your powers? Yeah.
I don't know.
What are the powers that you are? Okay, so Superman-esque. Pick one of Superman's powers.
Anything with Superman's power is too godlike.
Yeah.
I mean, what's wrong with that? Every hero has to have their anti-hero. Their other side of the coin.
I would go invisibility.
Invisibility? All right, you can do a lot with that. Only using it the wrong way.
Yeah.
It brings up a lot of questions, mate.
Just walking into gyms, locker rooming it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it all starts in like middle school where you just untie people's shoes and they don't even know.
And then it escalates.
And it goes from there.
Exactly. You start with menacing, and then you slowly get into creepy. Is how that works.
I mean, that is a thin line, my friends.
Very thin.
Guys,
almost not even. It's just a fade, really.
Guys, we need you guys back on.
Absolutely.
Anytime you guys want to come on, we'll set aside an episode specifically for you guys. as I said in the beginning,
episodes,
you know, you guys have been
imagine him having
huge
an
influence on us.
That would
But
be
We
weird.
thank you guys for your help and support.
The only thing I
guys
know
have
about
really
you is
cemented
that
us as far as, like,
new
in
skit
this
where
world
he's
of
saying
podcasts.
he's telling her
And
the show
for
you,
that,
and then
know,
she
we
goes,
just
"No, I
a
haven't
huge
seen
thank you
it."
to you guys.
He's like, "No, not
for
you,
everything
the
you've done
show
for us.
you." She's like,
Yeah,
"No,
yeah.
there's no show about me." Like it was fucking. It's very Abbott and Costello. It's
I was
hilarious.
gonna say it's like who's on first.
Yeah, exactly. It's that to a T. Yeah. All right. So do you have
Invisible
your
Who.
answer? Yeah.
I do.
Okay, go for it.
So I'd definitely be a villain also.
What?
Yeah, I mean, like, look, Captain America is one of my
Evil
favorite,
bastards.
my favorite heroes of all time. Just being super heroic,
Okay.
but it's kind of be a dick sometimes. Like, it's be nice to be able to.
I will give it to you that it
Get
is
away
more
with it.
fun to be a villain.
Yeah, you know?
It's gotta be. No
And-
consequences. Just do what you want when you want.
Honestly, I don't even want like super strength or like invisibility. Like, I would just want to be super intelligent. Just kind of like the leader, just without the big
Giant head.
Yeah, just
Okay.
like without the big head.
penis
So
head,
just
yeah.
so basically you're telling me you want to be the evil Tony Stark.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
The evil
I'm
Tony
down
Stark.
for it, dude.
Down with it. Just
He didn't have that. Imagine an intellect like Tony's that's opposite of him.
Well,
That's a
that's
sick
kind of
comic.
what Tom Taylor's run on Superior Iron Man was. He was
correct.
Oh, okay.
a real
I
asshole.
didn't think of that.
In an interesting way. But yeah, all right. Well, that means the three of us can team up and fight you, huh?
Well, yeah, because I'm going hero. Why not? I don't think I'd be a good villain. I'd just be like, I'd attack you, and be like, oh shit, you all right? You good?
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm sorry.
You're the
That
apologizer.
was harder than I thought it was gonna be. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do. Are you bleeding? Fuck. All right. I just give you. I just attend to your wounds after I hurt you.
The medic.
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the medic. That would be my super villain
love
powers. Would be the medic. Idiots.
Yeah. And in the meantime, we'd win the battle by, invisibly dacking you while
Addie's
confusing
just-
you with a conundrum, and I would make you shit and piss yourself. Like,
Exactly. While Addie's just pounding me while being invisible, and I'm just, where are they coming from? What
Where
is
is he?
happening? Yeah. No, I think so I'd be hero, and then my powers. I've always been like fascinated with kind of like airbending powers,
Okay.
but like he did it in First Class. What was the guy on Kevin Bacon's team? He would like make tornadoes and shit.
Oh yeah.
Is Hazel? No,
No, that's Hazel's the.
that's
Yeah.
not always that.
There was
It's-
another dude. Yeah.
He had the goatee. No, that's Azazel
It
still.
was Azazel. Yeah, that was Azazel.
Does he do that
He
shit?
doesn't make
Well, yeah,
the-
Addie.
No,
Addie-
he teleports. He teleports. He did that badass kill where he
Yeah.
where he grabbed the dude,
Bad.
took him up, and then you just see the moon in the back and just dropped him. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but you're a villain. That's the sickest way to kill somebody. He's like,
That
I
is
didn't kill him. I just dropped him.
Cold-blooded.
Yeah, he died on his own. He fell. All right, I'm good. I just let go.
Deniability, I like that.
Yeah. I wasn't even up there. What do you mean? No, but
I'm down here being red.
exactly. I was reading a book. The fuck? No, but yeah. So I would choose those powers that like air manipulation because you could do.
Metal.
I could fly with that. I can move things with it. I could suffocate you with it. I think it'd be solid hero powers.
Yeah, that's true. You can just suck the oxygen.
Maybe not
out.
suffocating people, but
Yeah.
Well, no, the villain, I could.
But you're a hero.
I'm
Hero
saying I would do that to
You're
the
bad
villain.
already.
I would do that to the villain. I would take his air,
Oh,
and then a building on fire.
but
Just,
heroes don't kill people. They do like.
I mean,
Yeah.
depends on
We're
if he's
just
just
trying to
made you shit and
make you
piss
a villain.
yourself or not.
right? Yeah. I mean, if the guy is making me uncontrollably shit and piss myself, I might have to take him out.
Take him out.
Just
Yeah,
to make
yeah.
it stop. Just to make it stop. Like,
That's a good policy. I like it.
yeah, you know what I mean? Kill or be killed. Because I would die of dehydration at some point.
Quickly enough.
All right. So, okay, that was fun. All right. So that was our question of the day. So that was enough tomfoolery for a little bit. Let's take a little break. So I want to talk a little bit about, the comics as far as movies go, the film industry in itself. So
You have an announcement you want to make?
actually, yeah, you had some news you want to go over, right, Regs?
Well, I we can do that. We can.
Yeah,
do
let's
that.
do the news
couple of
corner.
interesting-
News corner
we
with
haven't-
Regs.
We have a news segment on our show. The
I
Film
really
Addicts
like
Podcast.
that.
Full
Yeah,
Blade
seriously,
News,
no,
yeah.
that's a great segment, you guys. I'm glad you guys are doing that because it keeps me kind of up to date in like anything I've missed.
And
That's awesome.
and we try and do it as well so that it's kind of, you know, positive stuff, you know, and you know, interesting shit that's happening in the nerd community. And it is accompanied by a theme song sometimes, but we don't have that today, so fuck it, it's nerd news.
Fuck it.
This one,
Theme song.
it's pretty much theme song. It's just two really quick things and one joke.
Let's hear it.
One of them, I thought this one particularly for you guys, Captain America 4, which is currently shooting, is officially bringing back Liv Tyler as Betty Ross for the first time in 16 years.
That is right. That was big. That was giant news. Because my favorite thing about that piece of news is the meme that followed, and it was like, oh, so she just waited for his ex to be out of the picture, which is Scarlett dying. This is Black Widow dying. He's like, oh, so she's gone. Hey, how you been?
Well, look, I'll take Liv Tyler, absolutely, and she's
awesome, dude.
But also, she might be filling the space that William Hurt would have had in that film, and perhaps in Thunderbolts as well, because General Ross, you know, is a great character, but William Hurt's passed away. So you know, we don't have that. I don't know how she's going to fit in, but I'm game. Any of this looping back, because that's a really maligned Marvel movie, the Incredible Hulk one. I think they kind of rushed it a bit, and Edward Norton's a pain to work with and whatever. But I like that movie. I think it's quite good.
I actually read an article that the director said his first choice was Mark Ruffalo, and then the studio was like, I swear to God, the studio was like, no, Ed's more famous. Plus Mark Ruffalo, he only does serious movies.
Well,
so then they're like, all right, he's more famous. We'll give it to Ed Norton. Shot it, was like, he's a pain to work with or whatever it was. And then they brought in Mark Ruffalo. The guy's like, fucking told you.
He's a better actor too, honestly. Like, I mean, I like Edward Norton. He's a good actor, but Mark Ruffalo's got more range.
Yeah, I just love how they poke fun at that in She-Hulk, where he's like, I was a completely different person back then.
Yeah, that was like capital M meta. And the only other small piece of news was that reportedly Clayface is going to be a major villain in Batman.
I heard that. What do you think about that?
What the fuck are you talking about? Like, how the fuck are you gonna?
Isn't he the comic relief?
The most realistic depiction of Batman so far.
Yeah,
even more so than the Nolans and a few. And you put a giant clay monster in it. I don't know how that works. I don't know.
Isn't he like a side character, more comic relief than anything? Or he is anyway on Harley Quinn show, the animated series.
Yeah.
Tudyk plays him. Alan Tudyk plays him, and he plays like a thespian.
Please, he's an actor.
He's yes. He's literally his sole mission is to become a famous movie star.
Oh, really?
So he's doing like small plays and like commercials and
as Clayface.
Clayface, he'll make himself a person.
Oh.
Or he was a chair, and then his face was just in the back of the chair, and that was his role.
What the hell?
The dumbest thing,
pretty good.
But I was
in the comics. There's a little bit more threat to him in the comics and in the cartoon series.
And I would hope that's what they're gonna do is make him more menacing, more villainous. Because he could do a lot. I mean, he could literally be your best friend and you never know it.
I will say, I think we talked about it the other day, that DC has really good CGI. I don't think I've seen...
Aquaman alone blew me out of the water, pun intended. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, yo, I couldn't tell that they were in, like, what was, you know, dry wet, what was wet for filming. You know what I mean?
Most of it was dry wet, honestly. I think that's pretty much how they did it. But that last, you know, battle, the end of the third act, where motherfuckers is riding sharks, incredible. Man, like, it was awesome.
I want to know how did they train the sharks though. Sorry, that's a nod for what's his name, the Mandarin, Ben Kingsley's character, and
it's the reason Slattery.
Yes, Trevor Slattery. Thank you. That's the reason he got into acting, because of Planet of the Apes. He's like, how did they get the apes to ride the horses? I'll never know. I am so grateful.
Shang-Chi?
Yes, I am so grateful that they put him in Shang-Chi. That is the best.
That movie rules. I dig that a lot.
Guys, we just had C2E2 here at Comic-Con. I met Meng Zher, the actress who plays his sister. The sweetest woman on earth.
Oh,
So
really?
nice. Yes, dude. I got her autograph right here.
She'd have been like grateful to be there, like in a way that that's awesome. In a way that
Right
other
there.
people wouldn't, because it was
So that's
an opportunity that she normally wouldn't have.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
And then
that's really cool.
she put my favorite quote from the movie is "Did America make you soft?" on the box.
That's a good
One of my
question.
most prized possessions from Comic-Con, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
And just one more quick thing. This is a sequel to a conversation me and Addie had on our Ted Lasso episode, which comes out this week, where the Writers Guild of America has okayed the use of AI as script writing assistants.
I saw that.
Yeah, but they have come out again and Chat GPT, which I think is some sort of software, proves that AI could be a major threat to Hollywood creatives. And to that I say, no shit. Why are you even reporting on that? Of course it's a threat, you fucking idiots. Like,
It's
no.
like what machines did for carpentry, you dumb shits.
Yeah, I've seen that movie. I know what happens. And Arnie cuts off the skin of his arm and he shows it to the dude, and then that guy blows up. Like,
Yeah, it's literally the plot of iRobot. Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
that's
Anyway,
funny.
that's the news.
Excellent, love it.
Love
That
it.
is some good stuff. Good stuff. So
Thank
if you guys didn't know that, now you know. All right.
Mm.
So let's just dive right in, shall we, gentlemen? So I want to talk about. I don't know if it's the birth of comics and movies, but you got your whole Tim Burton Batman. Was really, I feel like, the introduction to comics in live action. Would you agree on that?
Well, I mean, I'd probably say Superman 78,
Okay.
the Richard Donner picture.
All right.
But I feel like, and I mean, that was a huge movie, but this was just post Jaws. The blockbuster was still a new idea.
Mm-hmm.
Batman 89 was a cultural touchstone. Like, it
Yeah.
was huge. Like, I would have been 8 or 9 at that time,
Mhm.
and I remember the marketing campaign.
Oh wow. Okay.
It was just the biggest thing in the world. You couldn't go anywhere and
Seriously,
without
yeah.
seeing it. So yeah, it
And
definitely a
yeah,
really
that's
good
what I
film.
mean about like what it did. It really brought. I felt like it brought a spotlight onto comics and saying, "Hey, listen, it's not just for kids. Like this is something that can be something as far as the film industry goes. I mean, it's untapped potential. You look at how many stories are in comics alone, and
Yeah.
we're tapping into that now. But so I want to ask you guys, what do you think that those films did for the film industry, like as a whole? Do you think it bettered the film industry? Do you think it changed it in any way? Addie, I want to get your thoughts on that.
I think it definitely enhanced just the technology itself.
Yeah,
Like
That's
James
true.
Cameron came out and said that like the only reason why Avatar 2 exists is because in the past 15 years Marvel has done so much with motion capture that now
That's
they
true.
can motion capture fucking water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah. What about you? What are your thoughts on that? I mean, were you big into those as a kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
So honestly, the first comic book thing I started watching, and ironically, it was the first superhero movie that came out.
Okay.
Was the Mask of Zorro.
Okay.
So
I didn't really correlate that to
1920.
comics. Yeah, I didn't really see that.
Zorro's widely, it's based off of Batman essentially.
I could see
That's
that.
where,
Yeah.
or was it the other way around? It was Batman.
I would
Probably the other way
assume
around.
Batman is
Yeah,
off
yeah.
of Master Zorro. Yeah.
Yeah, that way around. So that's why I grew a love into Batman growing up, and that's when all the
Okay.
Tim Burton was my favorite, but Nolan versus.
Hands down, just as far as like storytelling and the way they closed it out, that because they literally told the whole story.
Yeah.
They told his
Yeah.
birth. They told the middle part, facing his greatest nemesis in Joker, and then they told the end with that loss with Rachel, and then they told the ending of his story with him essentially retiring, passing it on to Dick Grayson, right?
Well,
Who played? Yeah, but who played Robin in that one? The detective.
It was the young
Yeah,
guy
but
from
No, I know his
the
I know the actor, but I
Oh,
meant
you know
the
the actor.
character. Was it Dick Grayson?
No.
The
He's
character's
an
not named Dick Grayson. He says his real name's Robin, but his
Robin.
name's Blake.
Blake.
Blake,
His
thank you.
Officer
Okay,
Blake.
Blake. Okay, so
What?
so see, so now which character was that as far as the comics go? He was his own,
No
right?
one.
No
Yeah,
one.
it was-
Okay,
it was-
but they introduced him as like, oh, that's Robin at the
Yeah.
end, anyway.
Yeah.
Okay,
They were like, "Ooh, it's Robin!" Like, just it was
and
kind
I
of
think
silly, but
yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to the most with this the Brave and the Bold is that we're actually going to see Robin done, and not that bullshit
Damien.
That's Clooney one.
Oh yeah, the other Dick Grayson, the first Dick Grayson.
Stop it.
yeah, you
right
can't. I'm
now.
sorry, like I don't have as big a problem with Batman Forever and Batman and Robin as everyone else does. They're products of their time, and they're also
Yeah,
taken
that's
them,
true.
which is a
Yeah.
particular thing. But you can't cast a fucking 38-year-old man as Robin. Like, I mean, Chris O'Donnell's fine, but he's taller than Batman. Like, come
He's-
the fuck on.
Just because he's short does not mean you could cast him as a young guy. Like, come on.
Nah, it doesn't really work.
I remember. I think we were talking about Alfred's niece being Batgirl, right? And
Yeah.
what was your issue with that?
I don't have a. I mean, in the comics, Barbara Gordon or Barbara is Barbara Gordon. She's Commissioner Gordon's daughter. And I'm sorry, like Alfred Goff has a niece who's 19 or something, and he's 88 years old. Get fucked. Like, how is that even work? And you see the picture of the mum. You see the picture of her mum, and it's like a daguerreotype. Like it's like an old timey thing she's had to stand for. Like it was a bit weird. It was a bit
Huge
bloody
plot hole
weird.
for me. I was just like,
Yeah.
all right,
I guess as kids you don't catch that, but now that you're
Oh, for sure. As a kid, I bought it 1,000%. I'm like, oh, his niece is here. But no.
That's so cute.
Yeah, and then Alicia Silverstone was always nice to look at. But
oh yeah,
I thought she played
Well,
Batgirl really well. I just thought as far as like, well, her acting in itself is a different story. But I thought,
Yeah.
I mean, she looked like Batgirl pretty well. I mean, I'll give
Yeah.
that to her at least.
Mm.
Okay, so, and the only thing is that I feel about the when it comes to the past is that I don't feel like they were too worried about being comic accurate. I feel
Not
like
at
they're
all.
standalone projects. They're like, hey, this is our Batman, and I
you
I
have
feel
a
like
look at-
it's kind of set up the rest of the movies, the rest of the franchises to be like, hey, just do what you want with it.
Well, if you look at the Batman films in particular, they mention, in passing once or twice in the sequels to the original '89 film, like in Batman Returns, he says, "Oh, who let Vicky Vale into the Batcave?" In Batman Forever, she says, "Do I need skin tight vinyl and a whip?" Like they talk about there is a continuity, but not in the way that we understand it now, because
Yeah.
and also we're more sophisticated as audiences now. We can kind of get that,
Yeah.
but they were not comic accurate. Like we were talking in the chat yesterday about Batman Returns. That movie is fucking balls to the wall crazy. Like, Danny DeVito is this like hypersexualized penguin with gross fish face.
It
And
was
then you've
weird.
got Michelle Pfeiffer doing all that good shit that she's doing in that movie. My God.
She saved that movie, in my opinion. She really did. Take her out of it, movie's trash.
It suffers almost 50%. Yeah, like
Mhm.
it's. I mean, but I that's my favorite. Like because
Mhm.
it's such a huge swing. Like they really like went for the fences. But that has no reality in comics at all. Like that
Absolutely
version of
not.
Batman doesn't
Yeah.
exist in the least.
Mm-hmm.
The start
Addie-
is he's fucking erect for half of it. Like she keeps rubbing up on the dude.
Seriously, Addie, what do you
exciting.
think about the old school films? I mean, did you buy into it? I know you're on the younger side as far as the group goes, but I mean, I had to imagine that you watched them at least. What are your thoughts on them?
Well, I wasn't born then, so it's good that you assume that.
And that's it for us, guys. We're gonna go take our
Yep.
afternoon naps, and we'll be back.
Gonna go and have an early bird dinner.
Yeah, some Jello, nice soft rice. I'm gonna take my dentures out and fucking take a nap.
God.
No, all right, Addie, go ahead. So you weren't born, but the good thing for film is that you can watch it after your birth. So that's good. So, but you've seen them, right?
No.
Oh God, Regs, you gotta get your boy up to date.
I'm working on it. I'm sending
All
him
right.
comics. I'm giving him things. But like so, for Addie, for you then, if it wasn't that, like, what was the first superhero property you remember seeing that you were? Like,
Let's go with
"Okay, this
that,
is for me"? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
X-Men. X-Men
It was
2000.
X-Men. Yeah.
Okay. That's a solid one to start off with. If I could start off watching something, it'd be X-Men.
And you saw them all out of order as well. You saw which one did you see first? You saw the second one first, and then the third one, and then went back to the first one.
So you're like, wait, they weren't friends from the beginning? Xavier and Professor X didn't like each other always? What?
That's fucked up.
Yeah, you just went machete order with it. All right.
Yeah, and then
I remember.
And then I watched First Class. I watched First Class, and I was like, what? They were gay. What the fuck?
They were gay.
That's what he took away from it. I love it.
That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Let's not make no mistake about it.
Exactly. I remember X-Men and then X-Men 2 were the movie. I don't know why this is. I didn't do this on purpose. I saw that movie in the theater at least like 6 times each.
Wow.
Not on purpose. It was just like my friends were like, hey, we're going to go see X-Men. You want to go? I was like, yeah, fuck it. I've already seen it, but let's do it. And it just kept happening. And I'm just like, all right, I guess I'm all about X-Men now. Let's do it.
It was the biggest thing in the world. Like it was,
man.
After the Batman franchise had kind of passed away, after Batman and Robin, it was the only thing that hit, and it was almost like 2000, 2001 or something. Blade was the only other thing before that.
Yeah.
And then after X-Men, it was like everyone was saying, okay, we need properties. And then you got Spider-Man, Fantastic
I feel
Four,
like X-Men, I feel like they really birthed the idea of like, hey, there's an audience for these comic movies now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Had X-Men not been around, I don't think MCU would have been able to start the way they did.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan. I mean, Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. I was all for it.
Oh, yeah.
Still to this day. The man's what, 60s? Rocking it.
He's in his 50s, I think, yeah.
50, whatever. He's still kicking ass.
Fucking ageless, whatever he is.
I mean, does he look it, gentlemen? Like, no. Dude, still ripped more than I will ever be in my life.
Yeah.
His one muscle could destroy me. Phenomenal. Dude, he's got one of the most range I've ever seen any actor have. Man does musicals, action movies, comedy. He does funny very well.
And he does pain better than anybody else. Like when he is either emotionally or physically hurt in a film, he unmatched. One
of the hardest hits to me emotionally was him dying in Logan. With his daughter. I didn't have tears for the next 3 days.
Yeah.
Like, bald. They just shut down. They're like, we're tapped. See us back later.
We're dehydrated, yeah.
Yeah.
Just where she takes the cross and lays it on its side and it's an X, I was like, oh, would you just get fucked? Can't take it any longer.
Seriously, I was done, dude. I was done.
So I hope they don't like sort of go over, like not go over. Sorry, I hope they don't kind of negate that in Deadpool 3 and
no. So I found out more about that. What that is it's Deadpool time travel. So we're gonna be seeing Logan, but it's not that Logan. It's a different universe Logan, and then the bad guy, I guess, is the TVA, right?
Yeah. Well, no, not the bad guy. They're just heavily intertwined with the TVA.
So the TVA is hunting Deadpool to stop him from what he did.
It's
I mean,
like all over.
Dude, we're in the Avengers facility. We hear things.
Oh, of course. Right.
Yes.
Well, I find it unusual that
we'll get you guys day passes.
They would have the logo of Thanos behind them because he kind of tore some shit up. Like
it's over in the basement, right? They didn't improve it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Thanos.
They don't know about that part.
A lock and security.
Exactly. We're heavily fortified. No one can enter but us.
But as much as we can.
Good move.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, so let's move right into the current state of comics and film. MCU, I feel, has done a phenomenal job in carrying comics to live action. I think they're unparalleled. I think the work that they're doing is revolutionary. No one's done it before, and I don't think anybody can replicate it. Really. The stuff that they're doing too. Yeah, Kevin Feige really, you could see his passion in all the projects, and that he actually cares about this. It's not just a job, and I think that we get that in the movies that we watch. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on the state of comics and the film industry right now?
Addie?
I think there's a lot of competition going on. But
Mhm.
I do agree with you. I think that the MCU has created something that can never be replicated, and a lot of people are really realizing that now, and they just want to shit on it,
Yeah.
which is just
There's always those people out there. So like this, the MCU for you is, I guess, what Batman '89 was for us then. Well,
yeah,
Iron Man would have done that for you. What it was your introduction into comic films, right?
true. Yeah, truly, like this is a comic book film. Yeah,
Okay. Nice. All right. So we got that aspect of it. That's cool. Because we know it as, we already had some comic movies out.
Yeah.
This is a nice fresh take on it.
Yeah.
But for you, Addie, this is your start of it, right? And I mean, what a fucking way to start it. I wish I could go be in your shoes for that whole Iron Man 1.
Kids, my oldest is extremely into comics. She
Yeah.
loves all these movies. She goes to all the premieres with me.
Yeah.
And just the things that she knows, like she'll go to school and like other kids, like mainly boys that are just like, oh yeah, did you hear about this? She's like, oh no, my dad said this. This is what's happening. We watched this, and he showed me in the comic. And
She's bringing hard facts to the playground. Yeah, nice.
Legendary. I love it.
And she's
I used to get the shit kicked out of me for liking comics.
Same. We couldn't whisper comics without getting something thrown at our heads or dunked in the toilet. But so she's gonna be the go-to person for comic info at her school. That's sweet.
It's kind of a double-edged sword. Like I'm proud of her as a nerd, but a lot of boys find that attractive.
Oh god.
So
I mean, there's always gonna be boys are always gonna like something. You know, if it's not comics, it's gonna be something. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's
You
right.
got something to worry about.
You got to pull the Bad Boys 2 routine when they come. It just
definitely. We're still doing that.
The drunk uncle. Yeah.
We've already rehearsed it. Yeah, it's going down. Yeah, for sure.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Especially the last line of that scene.
Where he's like, "You ever made love to a man?" That movie rules. I don't know.
Yep. Oh my god. And I think that whole scene was improv, wasn't it?
Was it? I
don't think that was scripted. I'm pretty sure it was improv. They're like, hey, let's do this. That's awesome.
I remember watching the behind the scenes of that, and they were talking about the kid who plays the boy who's going on the date, and he was like a non-actor. And normally when you're about to do a scene with a firearm, you clear a weapon. Like you show all the actors, this is not loaded, there is no blanks in this, blah, blah, blah. And they didn't do that with this kid. So when Will Smith pulled the gun out, he wasn't prepared for it. And so it was real. And you can
that's
sort of
why
see
he's
him
like
ducking it. Yeah. That was pretty legit.
Amazing. I love that stuff. Because Will Smith is one of the most like forefront people on gun safety as far as films. Maybe not hand safety, but gun safety. But
damn it, you beat me by like 2 seconds.
I was waiting.
I had to. Well, I love you, man. You're one of my favorite actors of all time. You did what you did. Deal with it.
Get
you know
some
what I mean?
help.
Yeah, he is. And no, dude, I bought his book.
Night slaps only, you know.
Yeah, I bought his book, man, because I wanted to know more about him, and like he sincerely is regretful of what happened. But you did what you did.
Doesn't change it. Yeah. You also
acknowledge it. Move on.
Hijack that night for a lot of people. Like I was saying, in our podcast a couple of weeks ago, when we were talking about it. Questlove won for best documentary for Summer of Soul immediately after it happened, and fucking no one gave a shit. And that's really disappointing because that movie's awesome, and he's a great producer. So yeah, that was.
Do you have an extender?
A little frustrating.
Damn. Gotta figure out.
Oh no, what's happened?
My phone's gonna die.
Oh, ball nuts.
Yeah. Here, give me. Just take that, unplug that.
We'll be right back after these audio issues. Oh no, you can connect to your. What's that? Oh my lord.
Buffoonery.
This. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I get what you're saying. No, I could use this one.
Yeah, guys.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Real life issues is what we're dealing with here, guys. Real life issues. Will that reach?
I'm flipping my mouse.
All right. The mouse is right in front of you. Yeah. What the hell is that? Oh, there you go. Success.
All right, we have.
Ta-dam!
And we're back, and I'm not cutting that.
No.
No, it wants me to hack into your laptop. I will do no such thing.
Oh no, you see all my nudies.
Oh no!
All your nudies.
My nudies are-
Of the ones I sent him of Comic-Con, you know those pictures that they drew?
What
Just
the fuck
naked.
is that about?
Dude, that was awesome. Stop it. You know you liked it.
I'm not saying I didn't. I was just surprised.
I was actually surprised.
Yeah, you know?
I was really surprised to see that because so they had the actual picture of like them in their costume or whatever or in a bikini, and then just right next to it, just full nude.
Yep.
They just put little
Amazing.
stickies over the sensitive areas.
But yeah, you don't want to see nip when you're just trying to walk around.
I mean, I don't know why girls had their entire asses out while kids are walking around.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
the cosplay
Full on.
and stuff.
The cosplayers are wearing thongs, and that's the bottom.
Well, that speaks to what we're just saying about the popularity that has been instilled in the general population. I don't even mean to talk about people who already had a previous with comics, like just the general population. You'd be able to have a conversation with a woman or anybody of
Yeah.
Addie's age and talk about Iron Man and have them know what it is. And people I know who've got tattoos and stuff. When I was a kid, it was uncool. Not
Yeah.
that that's an issue, but now it's the thing. Everybody is into this, and I was listening back to an old episode of the Film Addicts podcast because I was making notes for our sort of 1 year anniversary show of where some
Nice.
clips were. And
I can't wait for
was
that. Yeah.
listening it's going to be a good show. But I was
Yeah.
listening to one episode where I was talking about, it's the very first episode, we were talking about the MCU and talking about the top 20 highest grossing films of all time. And Marvel has in the top 10, I think 6.
Mhm.
And that is
The rest of James
that is
Cameron.
the other two are fucking Avatar or whatever, but that is indicative of the marketplace as well. And
Yeah.
at the time, and you see how much you grow in a short period of time. Martin Scorsese's not wrong. They have a hold on them. They have a market share that is uneven, and it is unfair to indie producers. It's unfair to people who are trying to get a start. It's unfair to people like him who now have to go elsewhere to get their shit funded. I mean, look at what happened with Francis Ford Coppola and the
Apocalypse Now?
Metropolis. No, what's the movie he's making? Metropolis, not Metropolis. Apocalypse, whatever he's doing, whatever the fuck
Yeah.
Francis is doing at the moment. That movie,
Megalopolis or something.
Megalopolis or whatever it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he had to fund it himself. Like, this is Francis Ford Coppola, who's a 2-time Academy Award-winning director, and he
Yeah.
can't get any look in because he doesn't have a property that is marketable in the way that Marvel is. So
Well,
I do agree with you that it is really important culturally, but it's starting to encroach on everything else.
yeah, well, that brings up a really good point that I think Anthony Mackie was talking about, how now you don't go to a film to see actors, you go to see characters. Now, here's my take on that. He's 1,000% right. I'm happy that it's going that way now because so many people were going to see a Sylvester Stallone movie because it was Sylvester Stallone, or a Bruce Willis. Yeah, or a Bruce Willis film just because it's Bruce Willis. Tom Cruise, #1 actor that you probably only go to see because it's him in it. And he's done some shit movies. Not all of his are gold, but it brings me to like that era of like that's how sports are. Sports, you only paying for the name on the jersey. You're not paying for his stats. So like that's what it is with actors. You're only paying or going to see them because of their name, not because of their acting chops. And like I like that it's now flipped. It's like, oh, you're gonna go see Captain America, not Chris Evans. You're gonna go see Iron Man, not RDJ. So it's like I love it because not only that, you take the actor out of it and you're solely focused on the film, that story, that world. You're not focused on, oh damn, RDJ's doing a really good job acting this character. No.
I mean, he was the least bankable star at the time.
He made what, 500 grand on Iron Man 1?
Well, sorry?
He made like 500 grand, right? Or no, 100 grand on Iron Man 1. Endgame, what, $27 million just to show up and die?
Yeah, and that doesn't even include back end. Like he would have had back end in that. He would.
That's what they wrote him a check, said, here, do this film. Here's 27 mil.
Yeah.
And then he goes,
backed a truck of gold bullion up to his house.
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah, and yeah, Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, absolutely. Even
All the Chris's, yeah.
Ruffalo, Hawkeye. What's Jeremy Renner, who has a TV show on Disney Plus called Renovations, where he does houses.
Come on.
That's fantastic.
Come on. I'm watching that
I
just
love
for the
a
title
comedy.
alone.
Who's actually up and about? Was at the premiere.
Yeah. He's
big accident.
big news. Jeremy Renner is doing really well health wise. He's
Yeah.
did not lose the leg, which I'm so happy about.
He was like partially in a wheelchair, partially like walking on cane still.
Well, just for he's still rehabbing, of course. But I mean, can we just give it up to him just for his heroism and his selflessness? He did save his nephew, dude. Which, I mean, real life Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Can we just state that? Like, I mean, I have the utmost respect for that man because he took everything out of it and just like, I gotta save him, and he literally sacrificed his body. And there's an interview coming up that he did with
Diane Sawyer.
Yes, thank you. That looks like a powerful interview. I'm definitely gonna watch that because even before anything, I've been a giant Jeremy Renner fan from his film like The Town. He was excellent in. He's such a well-rounded actor, man. He gives it 100% every time. When he became Hawkeye, I was so excited. I was like, yes, dude. I was just wishing that he had more of a spotlight because I felt like he was kind of the secondary character. And that's what I was happy about. Like Civil War, Age of Ultron, right? Yeah, so we started to see his character a little bit more on screen, which I was happy about. And that's probably why I was most excited to see the show Hawkeye. Because that really focused on his story. Too. Thank you. That's what I said. He says WandaVision.
Well, no.
Yeah, see, Addie says WandaVision as well. This is fucking weird.
What's happening right now?
I love WandaVision for the story and everything. Like a mother going on a rampage for her children. I get it. But I mean, I think the best one that they put out is Loki. I think Loki season 1 is the best one.
All right.
That's the best one they put out.
For what it's doing for the MCU, I get hands down. It's canon for the rest for this phase. I just like everything that Hawkeye did for Hawkeye. It closed Clint's story.
Yeah.
It introduced Kate Bishop. Mm-hmm. We got Yelena.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Need I say more? Like anytime you throw Yelena in, I'm happy.
And he shot an arrow at a Pym particle and it became giant and it went into the what is it, Washington Bridge or whatever the hell that bridge is.
Yeah. Can we just talk about that last shot where he shot an arrow and then shot that arrow as it's projecting to the guys and hit 3 guys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then what's his name caught it. He's like, good shot. He goes, yeah, no shit. Like no one else could do that. Yeah. I literally bought a bow because I've always wanted a bow and arrow anyway. But I bought a bow and had it purple specifically for Hawkeye. I'm not lying to you. It's hanging right here.
I do feel like the next time we do an episode, it's just going to be you one, and be like, what happened? What's going on? And you're like, well, I accidentally killed him with the bow.
I accidentally impaled my best friend.
I'm sorry. Like my host is dead.
Yeah. Hopefully that won't happen.
Yeah, hopefully not.
All right. So really quickly, guys, before we wrap up, let's talk about what do you guys think the future holds for the MC for comic movies in the film industry? Do you think it's going to grow from here? Do you think it's going to taper off? Do you think it's going to end?
Addie? You had a good point on this when we were talking about the James Gunn stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna grow for at least like the next 20 years.
I'm happy with that.
Then it's gonna die. It's gonna die down. But that's like everything.
That's any kind of project. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fuck you. I'm gonna go cry now. Bye.
Okay. All right, Geeky. Future of comics and film industry.
Look, there's nothing that they can put out Marvel-wise that I won't go see.
That's straight facts. Yeah.
Deeply invested.
Yeah.
I love all the comics that they've put out that I've read over the years. There hasn't been a movie that I'm just like, I wasted money.
Yeah.
And I haven't felt like that with.
It's a great way to put it.
Eternals, maybe. But
I kind of feel like Eternals is just a filler movie.
What that could do for the future, I mean, if they do it right, it wouldn't be a total waste. What I'm actually the most excited about is the untold story that they're pulling from for Star Wars, all the shows. That's what I'm most excited for the future of any comic.
Okay.
Pulling from
So the Disney Plus stuff that Star Wars is putting out?
yeah, and
Okay.
the possibility of a new trilogy,
That's
whatever
exciting,
that
yeah.
can lead to. It's like all the Mandalorian, and then the Ahsoka, all of that is they're pulling from
Well, it's canon for the rest of Star Wars from here on out.
right,
Mhm.
but they're all pulling from Legends.
Oh, right.
From
Yeah.
Legends, and it's being pulled from,
right on.
Which you'll be happy to know, Clone Wars is in my continue watching queue. I started it.
Thank God.
Yeah, he's been
Clone
on me on
Wars,
that.
Rebels. It's such a good animated show, and they're pulling all these stories from there. It's be nice to see all that on live action.
Yeah,
and you're doing a really good job. Lucasfilm, it doesn't waste any money when it comes to
Never.
CGI.
Never.
I think their CGI is really, really great. Not like I love the show of She-Hulk, but there were some spots where it was just like that's some pretty shit.
Fair enough. I mean, Feige even
It's
said, he goes,
inconsistent.
we didn't make She-Hulk for everyone.
Okay.
It was literally a show for fans of She-Hulk and just see something new. I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I rewatched it all the fucking time.
Yeah, I mean, I love the show.
Yeah.
I just you can see where they were like, man, this CGI is rushed.
Yeah, where she was looking like Fiona in the beginning. Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever. She humped Daredevil. I'll take it.
Right? They're getting
Daredevil
the
with
adult
big
stuff. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
getting this. My favorite part was when she was like, I smash fourth walls and sometimes Matt Murdock. You know what I mean? Like, I love it. I love
Tatiana
it.
Maslany is fucking unparalleled.
Is she not brilliant as She-Hulk? Dude,
Yeah.
she embodies that
I
character.
love
I love the casting. I've always
So
said the
great.
casting at Marvel is the best I've ever seen it.
Yeah,
Best
Sarah
I've ever
Silverman,
seen it.
she's awesome. Yeah.
But I think, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. But guys, we need you guys back on.
Absolutely.
Hey, anytime you guys want to come on, we will set aside an episode specifically for you guys. As I said in the beginning, you guys have been a huge influence on us. We thank you guys for your help and support. You guys have really cemented us as far as like in this world of podcasts. And for that, we just a huge thank you to you guys for everything you've done for us.
Hey man, thank you. Thanks for having us on the show.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, guys.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Absolutely. So again, thank you guys for joining us today. We will be back again with you guys. We'll figure out something else to talk about. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff to go.
I have some ideas. I'll run it by you guys.
Yeah. Again, thanks a lot, guys, for coming through and just shooting the shit with us. We really appreciate it. We had a blast.
Yeah.
We hope you guys did. We hope you guys enjoyed having our guests on. But guys, so we're gonna wrap it up here. And Kike, as always, I'm with you
To the end of the line.
All right, thanks, guys.